Welcome viewers to Northeast 8th Weekly News Roundup. The Dimapur District Congress Committee DDCC has voiced dissatisfaction with the RTI reply regarding the Dimapur Town Hall project, PMAY scheme and related issues. At a press conference on Monday, DDCC President Kutoho Chishi said the RTI lacked clarity and failed to address key concerns, reiterating allegations of public fund misuse in the town hall construction. He noted that the letter sent to the Chief Secretary on April 4 remains unanswered. Chishi alleged major irregularities in PMAY, saying despite direct fund transfer of Rs 1.5 lakh urban and 1.2 lakh rural to beneficiaries, unjustified deductions of Rs 18,000 to 27,000 were being made. In Dimapur, Newland and Chumukitima, he claimed BDOs were withdrawing funds and villagers were threatened with exclusion from development. He further alleged demands for advance payments for inclusion in the schemes and said many beneficiaries hadn't started construction despite receiving the installment. Chishi called for public vigilance, transparency report, and independent probe and ministerial intervention. He warned of possible legal action and accused the government of ignoring earlier calls for a special committee while favoring party affiliates over the needy. Urban Development and Municipal Affairs Advisor Zalerio addressed public concerns regarding the Dimapur Municipal Council DMC, including sanitation, fees, parking, and illegal market encroachments. Speaking during the NLA Environment Committee inspection, Zalerio acknowledged complaints about declining waste collection and justified the hike in sanitation fees from Rs 60 to 80. He noted that Kohima charges Rs 200 and emphasized that improved services must accompany any fee hike. He promised to direct authorities to enhance daily garbage collection and hold them accountable. Regarding the 1,000 regulation fee on wholesalers, Zalerio explained that DMC, as an urban local body under the Nagaland Municipal Act, has the authority to collect certain fees, but extra charges must comply with the law and involve departmental consultation. On parking issues in congested zones like Hazy Park and Hong Kong Market, Zalerio said inspection and directives were issued 2 years ago and urged the newly elected DMC to act. He stressed for local level planning and timely project execution. Addressing illegal allotments at Hong Kong Market, Zalerio reiterated zero tolerance for encroachments and said eviction drives would continue if needed to restore public order. 3 student unions in Nagaland, Chakasang Students Union, Puchuri Students Union, and Ziliang Students Union have opposed the 5 Tribes Committee demand for review of the state's job reservation policy. The 5 Tribes Committee, comprising Angami Public Organization, Ao Sandan, Lota Hoho, Rengma Hoho, and Sumi Hoho, had called for a restructuring of the policy in the month of September last year and issued a 30-day ultimatum on April 26, 2025. In a memorandum to Chief Minister Nipirio, the 3 unions warned that any dilution of the reservation provision would harm the backward tribe. They argued the policy has not been effectively implemented and cited the underrepresentation of backward tribe, especially in the Civil Secretariat and various directorates. They also opposed the introduction of a creamy layer within the backward tribe, stating it would create further disunity in Naga society. The unions call for evidence-based reforms, urging the government to conduct a comprehensive statistical analysis of backward tribe representation before making any changes. Additionally, they condemned the 5 Tribes Committee demand to reserve remaining unallocated job quotas exclusively for the communities, calling it discriminatory and divisive. The Business Association of Naga's ban has raised concerns over the Nagaland government's failure to curb unfair trade practices and illegal tender allotments by municipal and town council, accusing them of monopolizing markets and harming fair competition. Band President Al Monkum Jamir and Vice President Bantungo Kitan said they submitted a representation to the government on April 29, citing instances where tenders granted exclusive rights to individual entities violating fair trade norms. Despite promises to act, delays continue, encouraging irregularities and shaking business confidence. They warned that both formal monopolies and informal syndicates are distorting markets, leading to inflated prices, fewer consumer choices, and poor services. Ban urged immediate government action or face possible judicial steps, including a public interest litigation (PIL). The association met its representation public to push for transparency. In a letter to the Chief Secretary, Ban cited a complaint from the Federation of Nagaland Packaged Drinking Water Manufacturers Association (FNPMWA) about illegal tenders in Matsupima, Jaluki, and elsewhere. Jamir accused municipal bodies of favoritism and corruption, hurting local businesses and public trust. Ban demanded the government cancel illegal tenders, investigate officials, blacklist corrupt firms, and ensure councils focus on governance and not profit. They warned that failure to act would further damage public trust and the state's business environment. In a landmark development for India's education sector, Mizoram has been officially declared the country's first fully literate state, achieving a total literacy rate of 98.2%, the highest in the nation. According to the latest nation literacy data for 2024, Nagaland has emerged as the third most literate state in India with an impressive literacy rate of 95.7%, placing it just behind Lakshadweep's 97.3% and ahead of traditionally high-ranking Kerala